Hey there, welcome to another episode of Your Concrete Success Podcast. This is your host, Danny Barrera, founder of Concrete Marketing Crew. And in today's episode, just get ready. I have a very, very, very special guest who I love very dearly, who's been right at my side since founding Concrete Marketing Crew. And you're going to get to hear from her a lot more. Her name, Mady Barrera. Welcome aboard, Mady. How's it going?
It's going great. Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here.
I'm really excited.
Yes,
it's been a long time coming. I mean, we've had these conversations, and finally, you pulled the trigger. You said yes.
I finally pulled the trigger, and I said yes.
Yeah.
And here we are. I'm
Awesome.
excited.
Beautiful. What are we talking about today?
All right. Today's topic of conversation is what it's like working with Concrete Marketing Crew.
Okay.
So, I speak to a lot of our concrete contractors as I'm doing the intake and the onboarding. And sometimes they have these questions for me, so I figured it'd be really nice to be able to talk about them on the podcast. Are you ready?
Always ready. I'm ready.
All right. So I'm going to ask you a couple questions, and then
Sure.
we're going to talk about them, all right?
Awesome.
All right. So the very first question is, we get asked all the time, how did we get here? So how do we get here? How do we start this company? How do we start marketing?
Beautiful. How do we start marketing? I mean, it's been a long journey. I used to work at Fox News Channel as an IT analyst, and I was there for about 7 to 8 years. But during that time is the time that I got into digital marketing, going into e-commerce. Nothing related to the concrete industry. However, my father was a construction contractor, later on got into flooring, and we're from El Salvador. So being one of the only concrete polishers in the industry, I'll tell you, looking at the guys coming over and the pickup trucks, and back in the day, late 90s, the polishing machines are not what they are today. So I have those fond memories of the only few memories I have with my father in construction sites, bringing food to the crews, and these were commercial projects. Think of the airport of El Salvador, shopping centers, etc. So coming with that background, there was a point in time in my personal life that I went through a reinvention process. I went through divorce about 8 years ago. And I'll tell you, I was running a marketing agency at the time, which was Contractor SEO agency. And it just didn't pan out the way I thought it would. And I had a few clients. I would get a couple of painters, roofing clients, remodeling contractors, and I was just being this up and downs, peak and valleys. And I got myself into this group called the Seven Figure Agency, led by Josh Nelson, him and Jeff Fisher, some of my best mentors up to date here for the agency space. And they asked me a question: so, what's going to be your focus? Like, who do you want to serve? And I've served divorce attorneys, dentists, remodelers, construction companies, etc. And I said, well, I with all the respect, I just don't like working with attorneys. Just not my vibe. I don't do too well with them. It's just not. I don't want to dress up. But they started asking me a couple of questions, and I said, well, I feel very comfortable in concrete and construction. Just never thought about pursuing it as in a niche. So this was about 2017. This is happening. And at that point in time, we were already in a relationship. I was dating you. And I don't know if you remember, right? I used to have all of these other clients. And I told you, hey, look, I'm going after concrete contractors now. And that was the start before Concrete Marketing Crew. It was Contractor SEO agency. My background was heavy in IT, digital, but I had a very very big background in SEO, lead generation with Google search. And I just leveraged that and doubled down on that. And up to this date, it's something I take pride on very much. So that's how we got here.
Yeah.
A lot of things have happened since then. And God has enabled us to create an incredible impact in the industry. We have a mission to impact profitably enhance the lives of 500 concrete coating and decorative concrete contractors by helping them get more leads, book more estimates, and sell more floors so that they can live the life of their dreams, the lives that they desire. And that's where we're at. That's the journey. That's how we got here.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember you sitting in my living room, and you were actually, we started in a little corner desk at the edge of my living room. And one day I remember being like teaching. I've been teaching for 15 years, and one day you told me, "Hey, Maddie, you want to join Concrete Marketing Crew with me?" And for me, it was very interesting because I didn't have that kind of background. But living with you, you live, breathe what you do. You're very passionate about everything that you do, so it kind of stuck. And before you know it, I'm having a more active role in the company, and it was something that was very it's very exciting for me. So now here I am, like stepping into the role, and it's very exciting to be able to serve concrete contractors too, because my father also has a construction background. So I saw the struggle of the entrepreneur construction person, like serviceman, like going out there and trying to get jobs. So there's nothing that's more exciting for me than to see our coatings guys get all the jobs that they do. So that was kind of cool.
Yeah, we just I personally do respect, and for me, the way I tell our team, this is a responsibility that we have to serve our clients at the highest possible levels, because they're out there, they're busting their asses. I mean, some of these guys are pushing 600-pound grinders all day, and they're building their second crew, they're going to the third, and they're going through a lot of chaos, a lot of movement, a lot of moving pieces. And what I our heart and our desire is to build so much certainty in their marketing, in their lead generation, and the sales effort, that they don't have to worry about that. That they can look at us and say, "Hey, look, they got that handled." And we had a call with one of our partners yesterday, and that's exactly what they said. And that's really where we're at. So that's really how we got here. And it's been a lot of peak and valleys. It hasn't been a smooth ride. A lot of pivots in between, but I'm excited where we're headed for sure.
That's right. So, talking about peaks and valleys,
Yeah.
let's get into a juicy question. All
Sure.
right? I'm going to put you on the spot. So, what would you say has been the biggest change, the biggest learning curve? What have we learned and changed over the years that we've been running this company? How?
I mean, there's been a lot of changes. Digital marketing, everything changes. It seems like every month there's a new curve. Facebook advertising, every week there's something new happening. So from that front, it really does keep our team. Our team has evolved tremendously. Uh, there was a point in time where I was relying on heavily overseas Filipinos to do fulfillment for our clients, and I can tell you I have so much love and appreciation for them. But we've learned along the way that to give our clients the best results, you see, I always had this intention of like, hey, I want to serve our clients in the best way possible, give them a great service for a great price. But a lot of times when you rely on individuals that there is just no culture fit, and you're putting so much effort towards building site architecture, keyword research, content strategies, all the way down to the graphics. Yes, you can pay for a lot less, but the time that you end up fixing work, it's just as much. So there's been that big difference, big shift in our company entirely. We're entirely different from where we were 3 years ago. We've had an entire atmosphere, and our value system, our core values has evolved from that. So there's that piece, the digital marketing piece. A lot of things have matured. We understand our client's sales cycle a lot better. We've developed automations in ways that we didn't even think were up to what they are today. And now we're playing with AI. So now we're looking at integrating AI to our clients' sales cycle, very powerful for lead conversions. We have an amazing team that does creative work on the video side and the graphic side, and we take pride on that. So everything has gotten better. There was a point in time where we're just doing the same thing, right? We're trying to improve on this little pocket here. So I think what's evolved from the company's standpoint is the people. We have a lot better people. And again, anyone who's been part of this journey, we appreciate you guys. Like, you played a big place. Otherwise, we wouldn't be here. However, there's been some challenges that have come along the way, and we realize, hey, look, it's better if we just align ourselves with better people, right? Right people, right seats. So people have been a big piece of that. The culture has been another one. And from the marketing strategy perspective, it always keeps changing. However, with SEO, for example, we've always had the best roadmap in the industry,
That's true.
hands down. There is no way, like, and there's been probably one or two clients that just wasn't a good fit. We
Right.
had one like at day 17, they were like, "Hey, what's going on?" And like, "Hey, you guys aren't doing anything." It's like,
Right.
we're at day 17 right now. Like, we're just
Right.
getting on your website. But aside from that, we've learned how to align ourselves with better clients because we used to take just everyone under the sun that wanted more leads. Now we partner up with companies that have a great culture, that care about their employees, and that really do care about their installation.
Right.
There's been quite a few clients that we've created more problems for them by the mere fact that they're so booked out installing, and then their installs are failing
Yeah.
and they're having to change their names.
Yeah.
So we've had that conversation too. So how has the whole thing evolved? Everything has changed. We're in 2023. We're in the best place that we've been, and I thank God for everything that's happened. And big part is
Yeah.
you coming into the picture and helping,
Well, yeah, I mean,
identify some things too.
it's been a big evolution too, like you said, in terms of the people that we've employed. Like we have, you know, like you said, I have much love and appreciation for all our employees that have worked with us overseas and whatnot. But you do skimp on quality a little bit when you have an American-based company being represented by a person from a different country, because how do you market something that you don't know? So we have found, I think that has been one of our biggest shifts and best things that have happened in our agency, that we have solely US based account managers. And I also remember when we used to work like with templates and stuff, and like one template for one graphic for one person, and then the other person would see the graphic and they'd be, oh, it's the same graphic. Like, that's not quality. We've really evolved in the sense of excellence when it comes to the product that we've delivered to our clients. Absolutely. So now that you said that about right people in the right seats, I want to talk a little bit about right clients. What kind of clients, what are the right clients that are going to get the right results with us? Because not everybody will.
I get it. And I talked to our sales team and marketing team about this, and I believe there's got to be alignment. Alignment is what matters in business, is what builds fluidity, is what makes things go faster, smoother. And there was a point in time where we were so concerned about the MRR and how much are we growing month after month, how many more clients are we getting. It just created more chaos internally. So there's got to be alignment in the fact that they understand our crew values, commitment, responsibility, excellence, and world class. So if we get a client that we go back and start doing Google searches and we see like their home advisor has like 21 star reviews or 21 Yelp reviews, and we're having that conversation in the beginning, we don't take those clients. We can't afford to take those clients. They're more of a liability for us. And it doesn't work. The marketing can't fix that. So, our crew values must align with them. The other thing that I'm seeing is our clients are family people. Like, you could probably speak more on that because and you're in communication and you're seeing what's coming in with our clients. What do you notice?
I mean, if we get these clients who are looking for like a boys club to like hang out and like what's cool and like the cool cars and like all that. We're not about that. We're a family-owned business. We have this one particular client whose dream was to bring his family on board to work with them, his father, his sister, his brother, and that's the type of client that really works well for us because we're a family-owned business. We're not a boys club. We're not looking for like the coolest, like, hey, I went traveling here and I have this thing and that thing. Like, we're more about having the family unit, like, and having like the provider of the household, whether it's, I love our clients who work with their wives. Like, their wives are behind the scenes, like calling people and like, sending invoices, like, because it's very aligned to who we are. Right?
Yeah. And the next piece is the sales process that they have in place and their understanding of the importance of marketing as an investment. The clients that are thriving and crushing it, they're numbers driven. A lot of people say data driven. It's different than numbers. Data, we could talk about data being the analytics and what's happened already. No, numbers driven. It's, hey, how much are we investing? What's the real cost per lead here? Are we actually having traction that's moving us forward? Is this dragging us? What time of the year is it? Like, what are the patterns that we're seeing year over year? What are our conversions from lead into booked estimate? What are our conversions from booked estimate to sold jobs? What are our conversions on the follow-up pipeline in a 3-month process? So the companies and the business owners that get into and step into that role, I'll tell you, like, we just crush it right out of the gates. And then there's the next segment of those that are growing and becoming stepping into those shoes. And we have a great programming process, and we're constantly evolving what the support looks like for them.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for that. But there's the alignment of, are they open to understand that this is a business and you're not just installing floors? Like, there's a big difference between an installer and a business owner.
Right.
And those that are looking to build a business and not be in the weeds as an installer, and they brag about how they've been in business for 25 years before there was even polyurea, in every garage floor out there. Like, those that brag about how many years they've been in business, they can show you how successful they've been in business. They have the installer mindset. The companies and the business owners that understand that they have to treat this like a business, I can tell you it's a lot of hard work in the beginning, but over time, over 6 months, 12 months, those are the ones that go from like doing 12 floors to doing 300, 400, 500 installs a year.
Oh, yeah, for sure. We just had a call with one of our clients this week who started off with us. I think maybe it was like in February. Yeah. And young guy, starting off by himself. And he trusted us. That's one of the things that he says the most about us, which is the thing that makes me the happiest. I trust you guys. He trusted us. He listened to our advice. He took it. He ran with it. And this was in maybe February that he signed on with us. And we're in August. And he's now looking to grow with us in our next, our next tier up, because he has multiple crews and he has, his business comes from he was saying like 75% of his business was coming from the ads and stuff. So that's a big deal. And all because he listened to us and he trusted us, and he took this not just as an installer, but he took his business as like a business.
It's a business. Anything from the press, the branding, how he presents himself, how he's putting himself out there, leveraging tools like Flory, which we're partners with Flory. Company Cam. I mean, the CRM that we provide, utilizing all of those tools. And I think another thing that really I like to mention here is being 100% upfront.
Yep.
And there's no masks here. I mean, you're a woman, you're mature, you have kids, we run a business. That in itself is stressful enough to go and BS people and BS the marketplace and lie to them and steal and cheat. Like, that doesn't fly here. And there's got to be that cultural alignment, not just internally, but with our clients, that if we sense any sense of BS, like, we just cut relationships. And a lot of times, like, clients don't like that. Like, they literally don't like that when we tell them, hey, look, there's just no alignment here, because we feel like there's no sincerity or transparency going back and forth. There's no accountability. I think that to wrap this point up, that's a big one for us when it comes to our client successes and client alignment.
All right. So I have one more question. Sometimes we get clients or a lot of times we get clients are like, what's your guarantee? Like, how there's like other agencies that guarantee like whatever a month. I want to know what our guarantee is.
Your marketing campaign is going to perform. Positive performance guarantee.
Period.
I've taught this to hundreds of agencies. Positive performance guarantee. If you can't guarantee that your marketing campaign is going to perform, how does that relate to SEO? If you're looking at an SEO campaign in a 3-month period, how has the domain authority grown in the domain rankings, the visibility, the amount of phone calls coming in from the Google business listing? Is it going up? Is it flat? Is it the same? Right? Like, there's that positive performance guarantee. When it comes to lead generation, Facebook ads, within 24 or 48 hours, you're up and running.
Right.
Like, there's that guarantee. Google ads, that takes a little bit longer, probably 7 days to 10 days to get the results, but that's it. And then what we tell our clients is, hey, if we can't perform, we fire ourselves.
Correct.
And there's been clients that I tell you that there's been a misfit and a misalignment out of the gates, and we've refunded them entirely.
We have.
Like out of the gates. We don't want their money. We don't need their money. We appreciate for giving us a shot, but it's not good business.
Yeah, I like to I don't promise a number, but one of the things that I do love to do in our onboarding calls is I like to know a KPI. What's your KPI?
Yeah.
Right? And my goal is to meet that KPI. And if I can't meet that KPI with the budget that you have in hand, I'm going to present to you a very clear, I'm going to show you the data. I'm going to show you the facts. And if you want to meet me at that KPI based on my recommendations, we can meet there. But I work towards your KPI. I'm not going to promise you a certain number of leads because you know what? I can get you whatever many number of crappy leads that you want. Like I want to get you qualified, good leads that meet your KPI. Yeah. And I tell them, and it's very true, if I don't meet your KPI, I cannot meet your KPI, I will fire myself. Absolutely.
Yeah, and there is that sense of setting realistic expectations when they tell you, hey, I want to get $7 leads.
Right.
That's just not happening. Can we get them? Yeah. We've gotten them all the time. But is it sustainable? Can you build a business on that?
No.
And make it? No, it doesn't happen. But I'll tell you with like lead generation through Facebook ads, TikTok advertising, etc., that kind of social media, there's constant change and evolution in creatives because the impressions are burning the creatives so quick that there is how big is the budget, what's the territory, how many competitors do you have, and then the other piece is, does the client provide you with the footage, the pictures, the videos that you need to make their campaign crush it? So there's that set expectation where there's that relationship of, okay, you're not going to overpromise, but you underpromise and overdeliver. And the other thing is when they come from another agency. Like there's a lot of well-known agencies out there in the space, many of them which I know the individuals that run the agencies that have started the business, great intentions behind giving clients results, but clients come to us and they say, hey, I've been stuck at this level for this long. And then you look at the account and you're like, well, it doesn't look that it was much. Like it was just the same image rotated like every other week. And that's why you're paying over 30% for a lead that when they come to us, you cut the cost per lead generated, their sales improve, and the same budget that they were giving someone else now produces more revenue for them.
Absolutely.
Right. So that's the KPI piece that you're talking about.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. That, I mean, you know, it's like with everything in marketing, it ebbs and flows, but it's 100% taking that KPI and meeting it. That's for me, the most important part of giving my clients results. That's how we quantify the results in our business. You know, we try to meet you where you want to be at.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful. What other questions you got for me?
I don't have any other questions for you.
Yeah. So let's see. What was the title of the podcast?
The title of the podcast is What Is It Like Working with Concrete Marketing Crew?
All right. You answer that question, then I'll answer and we'll wrap it up.
I think working with Concrete Marketing Crew, when you work with us, we're a team. We're a team, an extended part of your company. We're not just a company that is going to run ads for you. We're literally a part of your team. You know, we have had clients who we've told, hey, don't put it all in Facebook and Google. Try marketing materials too. And, you know, we cover the whole marketing gamut. There's not one piece that we don't cover.
Digital marketing.
Digital marketing, correct. Right. So I think that would be what it's like working with us. You're going to be speaking to a person that you can feel comfortable with, someone that you can trust, someone that you can access pretty much all the time, Danny. Like we're pretty available all the time.
Monday through
Friday, working hours, obviously, like, you know, if it's 10 o'clock at night, I don't think that you're going to be, you know, we're all going to be sleeping, but you're going to have the opportunity to speak to a real person all the time. You're going to get results, period. You're going to get results, period. So I think that's what's working with us. That's what it's like.
Yeah. And what it's like working with us, this is a partnership. It's a relationship. Look, I run a business with my partner, my literal partner, my wife, and our relationship in itself, we have times where there are problems. And if we don't focus in coming together and solving those problems, you see that harms the relationship, builds a gap, builds distance. So the way I look at our clients is the same thing. It's we have a relationship, a commitment, an obligation from us as a vendor, as a partner, as a provider to ensure that we're doing the best that we can to help them out. And there's times where we drop the ball. We own up 1,000,000% right away. Actually, we own up before the client even notices.
Yes.
Hey, Mr. Client, like this is what's going on. That's part of the culture. And that's what the relationship that we establish. So what's it like working with us? We're 100% with you. We're not going to give you the smoke and mirrors. Why? Because the team, I've tried that earlier on in Concrete Marketing Crew. That was where I was going. You know, all flashy, trying to prove to people and this and that, trying to hype up. We've helped our clients sell over $100 million in sold projects.
Right.
Yet you come across our marketing, it's very subtle. I don't need to brag about it. Why? Because number one, that's our clients' money. Those are our clients' results. They deserve all the praise and the results, not us. We're not here trying to flash ourselves into the world. We don't need to do that. We're past that level. So this is kind of the relationship we're establishing. We're growing. We're getting better. And in a relationship, both partners makes each other better. And what matters is that we're both growing equally. So we're here to serve the industry. It is an honor to serve every one of our clients. And we have one goal, is to help you reach your goals. And that's it. So that being said, any last words?
I don't know. I really liked doing this podcast with you. So I guess if you guys have any questions you want to answer, when you want us to answer next time, you can message them to us, email them to us.
Yeah. Tune in to Your Concrete Success podcast on Spotify, Amazon, Google, wherever it is. And if you're listening to this, do us a solid. If you like this, it would mean the world if you leave us a 5-star review. Why? Because it's going to help other people hear about what is it that we're here to do, which is elevate the industry. And if you're watching this on YouTube, thank you for watching. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, you hit that like button, you hit that share button. Give us some love. And wishing you all the best. I'll see you on the next one.